Welcome to Sky Talks. Let's get a little unhinged and talk about everything. I'm your host, Jessa Sky. Welcome to this podcast where healing and humor collide. Let's go! Whoa! Okay, everyone. Oh my God. Welcome back to Sky Talks, episode fucking 8. Episode 8 with none other. I don't even need to introduce her. Call me motherfucking Keeks.
Exactly.
Oh, this is going to be a long episode, so buckle the fuck up. We're going to have to go through things. We had an episode last year that the files got corrupted, I guess. Mm-hmm. We were talking too much shit, I guess. I don't fucking know, but let me tell you, this ain't getting corrupted. You're probably watching this right now at home being like, holy fuck, oh my God, what's going on?
The file said cease and desist.
Cease and desist, yeah. NDA broken.
Immediately.
Oh my God, that's so funny. I actually don't even, oh shit, there you go. I like to hold my pillow because it's like just a little angry. What was I saying? Well, this episode's gonna be crazy. We have to talk about things that we already talked about, because I feel like I always forget that whoever's watching this may not know who the fuck we are.
Yeah.
If you don't know who I am, just look me the fuck up if you're on Sky Talks. I don't need to talk about myself, but CallMeKeeks and we met, feels like apparently I've known Pheromone and Anthony for over 2 years. I thought I met them in 2025. My concept of time is shit.
Fucked.
Right?
I don't know when we were on that show, bitch.
It was so we met on a show that we're not allowed to talk about.
Redacted.
Yeah. So anyways, we met somewhere
the bad place.
In the woods. We met in the woods. Are we out of the woods? We're out of the woods now. And that would have been I know it was May of 2023, I think.
No way. No, there's no
2024? It was May of 2023 because 2024 was just, no, wait. Let me look. Let's look. We're breaking rules today on this podcast. I have a video on my Instagram before I went ghost, because before we went into the woods.
I have one too.
And it was, let me look here, because I don't post that much on fucking Instagram, because Instagram is just a weird vibe. But, okay, right here. I swear it was 2023.
It had to have been 2024. There's no possible
Really?
way.
Okay, I'm looking right here. Okay. When did I go? I had my album release. And then I left right about... Yeah, I swear to God.
Hold on. I have
2024.
It was 2024. Okay, I'll take that.
2024. Because this is... I was outside, so Tina, that's before. And okay, yeah, it was June that I posted it.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was May of 2024 that we met.
Mm-hmm. And now
we met.
And now it's January 2026.
So
what?
That's so fucked how it's 2026. Oh my God.
Because the new year doesn't actually start till March. And
Okay, so it's 2025.
Yes.
Thank fucking God. No.
It's still technically, but just the new year hasn't started. So any goals you have, everything shouldn't be done in the dead of winter in Alberta.
Alberta, you hibernate, because if we go outside, we're fucked.
It's supposed to be minus 32 next week on the weekend. I know. I said, nobody invite me anywhere. I'm not leaving my house again.
Oh my God.
And everything is going to freeze.
The freaking roads. Let's talk about the roads for a sec here, okay? I saw a motherfucking garbage truck in Edmonton stuck in the residential yesterday. I saw an ambulance stuck, okay? And I asked my dad this. I was like, why the fuck do you know how many private people do snow removal? Mm-hmm. But the city of Edmonton can't fucking do it because then it's all these insurance and so then people are just off-roading and into their fucking my vehicle. I'm sending city of Edmonton a fucking invoice. Mm-hmm. It's so bad.
There is areas that have been so bad. And you know what? All love to our current mayor or whatever, because I'm not educated enough to how that stuff works.
Me neither.
But, there was just a mention on a podcast that they had increased the budget year after year after year after year. I was like, okay, so you're increasing the budget for what reason? Because why?
Nothing's changed.
And if we can for a moment, the sidewalks and people who need to use crutches and wheelchairs.
Me after the gym having to almost I literally at the ice getting into my house going there, I'm gonna die.
I almost just watched a pregnant lady fully slip outside.
It's so fucked.
And there's also just a personal responsibility of people who have their houses who don't
do anything. Yes.
They don't shovel, they don't clear their walkways. They
Go
don't
get a
do
place
anything.
where you have condo fees and they do it for you if you're not gonna do your sidewalk.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking don't be so selfish.
And I think about it all of the time. I think for some reason, unless I completely dissociated winter of last year, it feels really bad right now.
It's really bad.
Really bad outside. And it just took them 100 years after that mountainous snow dump Because what the fuck was
and
that?
It's probably going to snow again, and there's going to be another. I know, right? That was fucked. That was absolutely fucked. And to mention when all that snowfall was happening, just to like say fuck you to the child welfare system, I had a youth that I like naturally support. I have 3 of them from my social work job. I consider them my own children. Anyways, he calls me on the brink of like he was not in a good space, out in the middle of, he was in Camrose, okay, that his group home let him go because he lost his brother. His brother just died. He ends up in Camrose. He calls me and I'm like, what the fuck's going on? I have to call his group home. They let him go with family members. They didn't even know the fucking names. He ended up on camera, was kicked out of the house. I call the group home. The guy's, I'm actually just getting on a flight to the States. Not giving a fuck about this child. They're like, you should call 911. I'm like, I'm not his legal guardian. So then I called 911, figured out that they didn't want the fucking 911s to know. I know, right? So cute. He's cute. I haven't named him. We should name him something. Cloudy, Valdy.
But keep going, sorry.
Cunt. No, it's all good. I love that word. This is my favorite word. And so, yeah, I had to do everything that the social workers and the people that are supposed to protect him did not do. And then I found, the snowstorm, he was like, can you come grab me? And I'm like, oh my God. So I was going to venture to Camrose, but he wanted to go to Lacombe. And I was like, this is the option. I'm the adult here. I'm not bringing you to Lacombe and then driving 3 hours. I was just in the studio all day. He was not willing to do it, but then eventually he got picked up. He was brought home safe. But I'm like, the fact that the snowstorm was so bad, the highways were shut the fuck down. That's why my brain went to this.
Yeah.
But like to just call out the system and how fucking like, you guys are so horrible. You take kids away from the own family. Then you give these motherfuckers that aren't even taking care of the kids
all the
triple
money
of what the parent was fucking making. And it's just a load of shit. So respectfully, fuck you, child welfare system. It's just a fucking the government again.
I fully agree. And I will say as well, because my mom is a social worker who became a social worker.
She knows how
specifically
horrible.
Because my brother is disabled and they tried their damnedest to get her to give him up for adoption, because that's what the Canadian government does if you're black or brown.
Oh my God, totally.
Right?
Like just get swoop.
They want to you give your child up to do all those kind of things. And I remember a lot of the stories when I was a kid, because she usually worked with Indigenous units was her thing, because she wanted to focus on reunification.
Yes.
And her bosses,
God bless your mom, by the way, for that.
They were always so shocked and amazed. And she's like, no, I'm going to come and like, we're going to go. And like the whole intent is reunification with their fucking family. Canadian government hates that. All the managers
you see the
that.
darkness when you're a social worker and you're really in it. You see that when you help, you actually get told you have poor boundaries. You get told that you're doing it wrong. Like it's
care.
Yeah, because you care. What the fuck?
Because you give a shit.
Oh, sorry for caring about a fucking child. Like go heal yourself. It's always. I just want to see if I can hear myself. Yes, I can.
And it also really doesn't help, I think, personally speaking, especially with this battle between like the regular social workers and then is it Catholic social services?
There's Catholic social services.
Ooh.
There's like the actual like government, but everything mostly in Alberta is private, which is the shitty part.
Which is also kind of scary.
It is, and I've heard horror stories too of like, they're in a new group home and it's all private, and like the shit that these kids tell me, and I'm like, and it's so overloaded that like even like calling the cops or doing anything, like it takes 3-4 hours sometimes for a cop to show up, and it's just really like a fucked up time.
Everything is really fucked up right now.
Fucked up right now. So
it's
enjoy.
Really fucked up.
If you need a break, come to this episode. You might be triggered, but honestly,
at least we're hot.
At least we're hot and we're funny and we have loud mouths. I had to turn the gain down on this thing because I already know we're. But okay, let's revert. We didn't even introduce you.
Right.
If you don't know her. She used to be a corporate girly, okay? We'll let her talk about that a little bit. And then now she's fucking like, just, I want to say you're like, I don't like clown. You still calling yourself clown? She's a clown. She's fucking amazing dancer, amazing performer. She is the first person to start an all black queer.
Wasn't me. I didn't start it, but I am the auntie of the house.
She's the auntie of the house. It's called House of Ebony.
2 eyes, EBONI.
2 eyes. Figure it out. It's right here. I'm in my editors to put it right here. Editors put the House of Ebony right here. Thank you. But yeah, that I remember you first talking about that when we met, and like, had you started it? You had started it. It was just in the beginning. Not started it. You joined whatever. It was the beginning processes of it, and we talked about if we won, what we would do with the money. But anyways,
not to have
surprise. It's totally fine. We don't need their money, but Yeah, now
But with that in mind, if anybody would like to give me money to sponsor my hopes and dreams,
we all need it at this point. Yeah, they'll just go to the link tree, okay? It'll be there. Grown into something quite beautiful. And yeah, it's still frustrating. Like, it's frustrating to see like you're still having to answer the same motherfucking questions. Like, it's just like, it's so like, it's almost like comical at this point because it's like, yeah, I just go ahead and talk about who you are and just give them a little blurb of what you do, and then we'll go from there.
My name is CallMeKeeks. All right. All one word, please. Thank you.
All one fucking word. Keeks.
Yes. I have been a performing artist since 2003, which is so crazy.
That's so crazy.
Long time.
Holy fuck.
I can do a little bit of everything. You need drag, hula hooping, circus, clown, burlesque. I don't know. I'm just a lover of the arts. I'm also very funny. I'm also very hilarious.
Funny. I wish you brought your little mic.
I know. I left it at home. I forgot. I have so many of them now.
You got to start Falcon selling them as merch.
I went to Mexico. And
yes, I saw that. How was it?
It was a good time. A lot of scary Americans.
Oh my God.
My God.
Stay in the resort.
Oh, no, like at the resort. Was
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where actually a lot of people die.
Yeah, it was at the resort, and it was just like, it was the off season, so there's a lot of Americans, and we went to figure out our wedding, basically.
Right,
oh, sorry, let me finish, because the ADHD is serious.
Yes, finish.
My name is Kanisha, but you can all call me Keeks.
Keeks.
Been performing for 20 plus years.
Fucking since 2003.
I am the auntie of the House of Ebony, and we are Alberta's first and only, so far. Black, queer, trans performance house. Yes.
Yeah.
So also known as the Angry Black Lady around
The
Edmonton.
Angry Black Lady, apparently.
I think I'm a sweetheart. What do you mean?
You really are. Like, when you actually like know you, and like people think you're mean. If they even think that, I've never heard that, is only because they fucking don't actually have the privilege of knowing you, and they only see what you have to crash out about from being fucking, when it's like being pushed in a corner by a man and you're trying to explain something over and over and over and over again. And then finally there's this reactive abuse where you're like, you have to let it out because you didn't hear me the first, second, third, 100th fucking time. Like, it's not rocket science.
I am in an abusive relationship with the performing arts scene of this province. Amen.
Seriously, fucking men. Amen. So we're gonna start off slow and like we're just gonna dive into like the more hard topics, but the Connoisseur of Chaos and shit. I love that branding because like I feel so seen with that. I love chaos. I used to love bad chaos, but I really do love chaos. I find chaos is what keeps me energized and like moving. But can you explain a day in your life, because you use that phrase for yourself? So like give a day in the life of like what that means for you, what it looks like for you.
Actually, hilariously enough, Onyx, who is an absolutely immaculate stripper here in Alberta, came up with that for me. Because I was in her show and I had given her my bio. I've been trying to think of a tagline since I started burlesque, basically.
I find that a lot of people find that hard, right? It is.
Not that it's hard to talk about myself, but just coming up with that.
You have humility. You're just being yourself, and you don't like to think of yourself because then it's like ego almost.
And so she was producing the show, and like she wrote everybody's renowned bios because she had a story to tell for the show, right? So she put Connoisseur of Chaos at the beginning. I was like, girl, that is
You're a genius.
That. But the chaos is the everyday life of trying to figure things out. First and foremost, I am unmedicated because I just have to be. Me and my doctor, black lady, and my therapist have talked about it, and it is okay for me to be unmedicated.
You're unmedicated or medicated?
Very unmedicated.
Okay, I'm very medicated, so good to know.
So is my fiancé, also very, very medicated man, and I love that for him. But I just
sometimes it works. Yeah, it works for people. It works for. Doesn't work for some people. Yeah, and that's fine.
And I think we should explore more. Please use medication if you need to, and stop letting the world gaslight you into thinking it's some bad thing.
Yeah, exactly. Don't be scared of it. Like, just try it. It's not like you're on, like, it's like, it's a weird perception people have with meds.
I think it's very ostracizing. Yeah, like, it may, like, people have instilled it in society that you're fucking insane, which I guess, but if you would just give me these meds and let me take them when I need to, I would be regulated.
Exactly. Yeah. So real.
The day-to-day chaos, honestly, since I quit my corporate job, is finding the structure in my life again. And also I haven't been working since November. Like, I've been performing. Like, yesterday was my first performance since November.
I saw.
And I took some time off because my fiance hurt himself, and he drives across all of Alberta, and he needed somebody to drive. So I did that.
Yes, you went on a little fucking tour.
I'm a passenger princess.
Oh, she did it though. You stepped up. You did what you had to do.
He wakes up at 4:45 in the morning.
Oh, God. Zoom in. Oh my gosh, you poor soul.
So you're awake, not a morning girl, driving across the province
God.
in snowstorms. It was hell, but it was the cutest 2 weeks ever to
I feel like you got to like just, it was like bestie road trip.
I like basically told him to before we started because
Yeah.
we've been together for 10 years, and I looked at him and was like, we have never spent this much time together.
That's so cute. And
Like-
it probably went amazing, I'm sure.
24 hours day in and day out, and it was great. And I would I'd do it again, but in
Not
the
in
summertime,
snowstorms. Yeah, summertime.
And maybe we could push that 4:45 a.m. back to
Yes.
like 5. That would be
Literally
cool.
like 5:15. Like just to, like,
Something.
just pin it on the highway like an extra 10 minutes and it'll like the time will work itself.
Everything will
Fuck.
work itself out.
Oh my
But
God.
It's a lot of practicing my art form because all I want to do is get better at the art forms I'm practicing right now.
Right.
And I find I can't be the best auntie of the house I can be.
You
if I'm not
have
working
you
on
have your
myself.
hands dipped in a lot of your toes dipped in a lot of areas and it is hard. You can't really like that's like me doing a podcast and this I can't be my best at everything. Like that's why I'm focusing on this right now, not posting as much because it's like you can't be 100% in everything when you're having to do 25 different things.
And we are bad bitches, and there's just only one of us, unfortunately.
Yeah, there's only one
There's
for
only
sure.
one of us, unfortunately. But it's a lot of like waking up, planning out my days, and like it
Yeah.
all is structured around different performances that I have.
Right.
So the bigger the performance, the harder I have to kind of like lock to get
into
ready.
it. Yeah.
And so like the biggest one I did last year actually was Fringe, like the Fringe
yes.
festival.
Yes. How was
And
that?
It was great. Ammonia and Mortis X.
Wasn't
I
it like
love
a
y'all.
few? There was like a week. Like you had a lot of performances
I think it's
within
about,
that, right?
I think the Fringe is. Oh God, don't tell the Fringe, but
It's
I think
fine.
it's about 10 days.
We're artists, okay? We're not fucking scientists,
Exactly.
okay?
I can't even remember what year it is right
I mean,
now.
neither. No. So the Fringe. Oh my God. How long did it take you to prepare for that?
I got asked, and then I would say from like actually like putting my head down about 2 to 3 months to get my act all together. Because it's something that's super crazy. Because you think about being perceived. Usually when performers do our thing on stage,
Yep.
you do it one day, you have a couple days off, blah 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 blah, right? The Fringe is like 7 days in a row of being that perceived by new audiences who are majority white in the city. But it's my 3rd year doing the Fringe, and this was my best experience so far.
Good. That's
Producers
good to know.
were immaculate. Like I actually love them and like would love to work with them.
Hire them
again.
back, please.
And also just hire those.
I wrote
two,
that. That's funny you
period.
brought that because I wrote being celebrated publicly but misunderstood privately. And then that's a huge thing I wanted to talk to you about because I know you get it. It's like
all the time.
Like, yeah, on stage, like you're on stage, people are like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. But like if you're just walking down the fucking street, it's like this judgment. And it's just like a really like weird dissonance between but like these people who are just celebrating me on stage.
Yep.
But then off stage you see or like before you go on stage, they're like fucking, they don't even know you're about to perform or something. No one comes up to you. Like it happens to me all the time. They're rude. And then you go on stage, you do your motherfucking thing. And then they're like, oh my God, can I get a picture with you? And it's like, weren't you just fucking glaring me down and judging me? Like silently judging me, making me feel, actually you knew you were judging me and you wanted to make me feel uncomfortable and you did that. So it's like, what the fuck? It's just such a weird, it's a weird thing. And I know you get it. So I kind of wanted you to like talk about experiences about that.
You know what's like really interesting is I have not, because I've been performing for so long, and I think this works for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I haven't really separated. Like I am just either Kanisha or I'm Keeks, and it's
Yeah.
however you meet me first, and that's how you're gonna remember me.
Yeah.
But my performance life and my like regular life are intertwined like this. Like
Yes,
even before
same,
I
yes.
quit my corporate job.
Yes.
And so I find the hardest thing, besides the rudeness of how fucking racist and misogynistic everybody goddamn is in this province.
It's so bad.
That's the kind of stuff that you get.
Yeah.
You could just be pretty living your life, minding your business before a set.
Yeah.
Maybe you're not in the green room. Maybe you want to actually watch the sets before, right?
Be
and people
human.
are rude, whether it's people who maybe work at the venue, people who don't know that you're going on, people who don't know you're a performer. Then again, like you said, you go up there, you do an immaculate job, and then all of a sudden, people are interested in getting to know who the fuck you are.
Yeah, it's so weird. And I feel like it's so interesting watching those people. I feel like they have no awareness of it too. Cause it's like, if I had done that, let's say we didn't know each other and I see you, like, let's say we're at fucking what venue? I don't fucking know, the Starlight Room or something. And you're walking around and I'm literally like, I would know if like I was giving mean girl energy, which fuck, we don't have time for that. I honestly want to say I've never been that way. I can't say never. Like I'm too old for that shit. And I knew I was doing that to you. And then you go perform and then I go up, like, how cringy is that? How does someone have they'd have no integrity, no morals to go and do that? It's just such a weird, I can't wrap my head around it.
It's the audacity of it all, I think.
So, like, they feel so superior.
Yeah.
And it's really, like, I'm like,
and
fuck.
You know what is actually quite funny, just like about the two of us on
Yeah.
this podcast? So one thing I learned quite a bit of this year is about Indigenous erasure and Black overexposure. So that peers into like a lot of things, because in either case, because it's for better or for worse in either of those cases, you are over policed, you are ignored by society, and then we're like left to basically figure it out with our communities that have been basically fucking harmed with a lot of stuff. So you don't, unfortunately, being an Indigenous woman in Alberta, get just the regular treatment of walking around and existing. You have to shine bright. You have to do the best thing on that stage that people see you as a person, which is crazy.
Which is so weird.
I'm headlining this event. What do you mean you're gonna be rude to me right now?
Yeah, it's so real. That's so real. And I also find too, like, with the whole, like, a lot of stuff's been going online, like on Native Facebook. And so, like, I'm not going to mention names or anything, but I think shit was handled completely wrong. Like, this pretendianism, like, it's been so, like, and I mean, I joke about it. I remember my We're Not Lost video coming out, and my filler, man, I got it all removed. But it was like, the editing was bad. I looked super white, like, whatever. And it, like, this video got a lot of traction, which I think any publicity is good publicity. And if you know who you are, like, I find hate comments funny. Someone's like, yeah, sure, you're fucking Indian, and what? I'm Santa Claus. And it was just like from this white, like, old fat man. And I'm like, I'll never forget that comment. I love it. Like, I tried finding it like a couple weeks ago. I couldn't find it. But it's like within that, it's like I get a lot of hate from my own people. And honestly, not anymore. I don't. But it's also, people are like, they're fighting the wrong person. It's not, we shouldn't be fighting each other within our own communities. Like, it's like, this is like, it's so like, literally, this is what colonization is. Like, it's not, and it gets dealt with the wrong way. Why? Because our poor people were fucking taken from their families, and there's all this stuff, but it is their responsibility to heal. And like, I find, so I just try to like, stay out of the noise. But lately the pretendianism thing has been fucking wild. And it's like, if you don't, what I find is like, if you come to a conversation, and like you can chime in with like your community too, it's like, if you're coming in, there's a difference between keeping someone accountable and then also just like being fucking bullying and like lateral violence. Like, if you are coming to something and you're not offering a solution, or you're not offering education, you're adding to the problem. You're not adding to the solution. And it's just like been such a, I like don't go on Facebook. I don't scroll. And like, I've noticed when I do lately, like just for a bit, I'm like, this shit is so like, it makes
gross. Yeah, it doesn't make me feel
good. It doesn't make me feel good. And I'm like, I don't want, like, I look at social media, I post, do my thing, be funny, like crashed out about the gym and why I'm dying. Like, someone help me. Like, I like laying in bed rotting. Like, you know, it's like that type of thing. But then you scroll and it's a lot of dark shit.
Yep. And Facebook, actually, there's no social media platform that's good. Like, let's be so
let's be real,
right now. But I think there is also something to be said. I have a lot of Indigenous friends. I be minding my black ass business. I'll say that.
Yes,
man. I'm here to support y'all. I'm here to book you when I find money and can throw a show. But I be minding my business.
Yeah,
but there also
true.
is something to be said about. I also won't name names, but in a couple of the communities and scenes that I'm in right now, 2 examples.
Yeah.
One performer found out that as they were researching their roots to reconnect, because they have been claiming to be Indigenous, they did find out through some family members and some heritage that maybe it's not the full claim yet. So they made a public post just saying that I would like to step back because I don't want to take any money if I'm not 100%
wow,
sure.
Beautiful.
That is somebody with enough nuance, understanding on Indigenous issues, and also just wanting to be respectful to do that. Whereas a lot of times as well, I think it's very weird when somebody pops out of nowhere and takes hundreds of thousands of dollars from the Indigenous community, but you're not Native. That's kind of weird.
It happens a lot. It's so cringy. Like, it's actually, I actually screenshotted something the other day that me and my friend Love, who's a singer, we have this particular person. We're just like, what the fuck? And we know them personally, so we're allowed, like, so it's like this thing between us where we'll do it like off grid, like we don't post things. And I'm like, I didn't even send it to her because I'm like, once we jump into this, it's going to be a bitch session for like 20 minutes. But I'm like, I cannot believe this person is still doing this. Like, and I cannot believe these opportunities they're taking from our space, like winning Indigenous fucking awards and being put on things, like got put on something where I was put on, which I'll always work from my spot. I'll always work. I'm not going to let anyone stop me. Like, if I have to work harder, I'll work harder. And I do fucking show up, and then I'm picked the next year, which is what happened. And then this person just pops up, like, had to unfollow them. And I'm like, are you fucking, like, this? And if you saw the fucking album art, it's so fucking, like, not, like, there's no Indigenous in it at all. They look like a fucking, like, what do you call those? I'm so bad with, like, political terms, but, like, a fucking pioneer, I don't know, like a settler, like that's what it looks like. And I'm like, what the fuck? Is this a joke?
The pilgrim?
Yes!
The pilgrim outfit!
Yes!
So fucking killing me.
Outfit. And I was like, what the actual fuck? And I was like, this has to be a joke. And then I feel like as time, like since we've last been on this pod where the shit got corrupted to now, it's like stuff it has to be a joke, but it's not.
But it's not. And that's the issue.
I'm like, oh my God, I have secondhand embarrassment at looking at all this bullshit. Like, it's fucked.
And actually, I think that is the hardest part too. Is like when you're like a creative. Like me, I have like a lot of Black and brown friends. Like it's like most of my circle, and seeing a lot of us passed up for opportunities. Well, the worst person you know under the sun is getting everything is just very frustrating.
It's very, very, very frustrating. Ugh. And I just like, I was gonna ask you, like, how's the community been like since? Like, when's the last time? So I guess the last time we saw each other performing, every time I've ever performed at any type of like drag thing, you had another booking.
Or like there somewhere else.
Yeah, so like Canada Drag and like all your gigs this summer in Fringe. You said it was better. Mm-hmm. Like you said, people, and can you elaborate on why it was better? Like the producers were great. Like how? So for people that are dumb, we really got to be dumb and simple here. What did they do that made you feel like safe and accepted and just basic human dignity? What did those people do different this year than previous years that maybe we can take some notes and we can do that moving forward?
We can learn from.
I wish I had a fucking like whiteboard here and like a fucking like
step one.
Step one.
So I will say that last year, the year before, whatever, time is an illusion.
Yeah, it is.
The previous year, I had applied for a lot of festivals and just like things that happened kind of in the city, or I had been reached out to perform, and I said yes. And then what happened is what usually happens is behind the scenes is there's a lot of abuse, there's a lot of harm, there's like just and
same within my community. I don't get anything here in Edmonton for a reason. Like I don't want to be a part of it.
Exactly, and it's just very strange. And so here's the thing for me is I don't care if it's a huge festival. I don't even care if it's like a small production of 4. If you take on a leadership role in any of those things, you have to be accountable. You have to answer to somebody.
Yes.
And so what happened to me all like last summer, the summer before I even know, was just a whirlwind of people in leadership positions underpaying me, being very racist or misogynistic. A lot of you hate Black women, and I implore you to explore that a little bit more.
Explore that, go to therapy. Like, why?
And that's the anti-Blackness that's just so rooted in everything that people do. And so the difference of like this stretch of things is one, I just said no. I just said, I'm not going to deal with this year. Good. My art is worth more. I am worth more. I don't need to be abused. I am a very firm believer that none of us need to go through the trauma.
Take your $100 honorarium and shove it up your ass.
And I will say, none of the money was enough for what I went through, right?
Whereas 100%, no.
This year, I had producers because I got to go, so I did the Fringe with Ammonia and Mortis X, and then I also did Shade, which is a burlesque festival out in Victoria.
Ooh.
And it is an all BIPOC burlesque festival run by a very smart, intelligent, Indigenous lady.
We love that.
Lynn, I tell you, her name is Cherry Cheeks. Please look her up. I love her. She is so smart. Very great dancer as well. Like, really good performer. But basically,
notice how it was a woman in a leadership role.
And then also some very gay people who love me down in the other one. And I just found that essentially with the difference from like what this past summer to the one before that, it was just the people in, actually I think those might have been happening in tandem. Anyways, doesn't matter. It was just their accountability and how they went into equitable producing. So they didn't book me because I'm Black. They booked me because my talent is really, really great. I wasn't there to check off any boxes for them. And I'll say when things came up,
so important.
When shit came up, they handled it.
Simple.
Very easy things to do.
It's like a lot of fear I find when someone's in a leadership role and something happens, like when they're not expecting it. For example, when shit came up, life happens, shit happens. Shit will always happen, but it's how the accountability and how it's happened, like how you're dealt with, how you're dealing with the person that it happened to. It's just very simple. Like, I guess it's not simple to some people. I could say like my 8 years of like literally not remembering. I'm in therapy right now, just because I compartmentalized 8 years of my life because it was just so much bullshit all the time. Like in survival mode, had no awareness, so I can understand that. But how did I get accountable? How did I have awareness? I had people call me out. I had people tell me this is not. No, and it was usually just within family or people. I wasn't even a singer at that time. But the truth fucking hurts. The truth hurts. And it's okay. We're all human. We're all flawed. We're all mentally. But it's about changing that behavior. Stop putting yourself in that role and stop. We're enabling at that point.
Exactly.
And that's the problem. And like I don't care who you fuck, what part you identify as. I don't care about that. We're all human. At the end of the day, it's like you need to learn how to take accountability, and no matter what the fuck you're doing. I don't care if you work at Tim Hortons. I don't care if you work at the gas station. I don't care if you're a fucking lawyer. We all, like, the basic fucking human, like, we're all supposed to respect each other. And
it just does not happen.
It does not happen. And that's where it's like getting comical at this point, because it's like it's becoming very like in just basic situations, even in my day-to-day life when I'm not filming or if I'm just driving or I go somewhere, like there's a lot of people in customer service roles that are pieces of shit. They're rude. And it's like, okay, I can understand that. Like, you might be having a shitty day, but it's getting so dark. Like, so many where I'm like, holy fuck, I don't even want to go outside.
I don't want to leave my house.
I don't want to leave my house.
I'm scared.
Like, literally, and I'm scared of, like, I'm kind of, like, getting to the point where I'm reactive now.
Yeah.
And I have to be as a woman. Like, you know, like, I'm, like, if someone, like, I was with someone shooting downtown Edmonton, and we were walking out the door, and this guy came in and, like, pushed me out of the way and walked up, and that's where I'm, like, what the fuck? Like, and I'm like, I have to be like that because there was years of my life where I was so nice.
Yep.
Such a people pleaser. And then
Everyone
I was the
took
one
advantage
being
of
harmed.
that.
Like, you know? And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, oh my goodness.
I also think a lot of people in leadership positions, this is what I have noticed as somebody who is also in a bit of a leadership position, their egos will not allow them to admit when they were wrong or say sorry. And that is going to haunt you for the rest of your life.
It's so bad. It's so bad. I was going to ask you about that.
Changed behavior.
Yeah.
And we can appreciate a sorry, but unless the behavior actually follows the apology, doesn't really mean anything. But it's people's inability just to get to the I'm sorry part when they've caused harm.
So real.
Like,
so real. And almost like demanding respect, like the entitlement's wild.
And I have to say sorry all of the time. Honestly, usually I'll do it before anybody points it out to me, because
I do too.
Like,
You're aware. You can say sorry.
And it's good to be like made aware of situations like that, or if I've accidentally harmed somebody or I've done something, like, I want to know, like, please, like, tell me, because I am just a human, and that is a portion of being a public figure and people forming parasocial relationships with you online.
That's happened to me, and I want to bring that up when you're done.
And I will say, I have found that a lot of people, even people in leadership positions, they hold me to an impossible standard that they don't even hold themselves to.
Yes, literally. I can also, like you saying, I want to know if I've done something wrong. I've had a few situations where, like, let's just say I went out with someone, like this girl, blah, blah, blah. There were situations where how am I supposed to know I did something wrong when you haven't told me, but you go to the internet, you go down someone's TikTok, you comment on there about me, and I had no idea. I thought we were good. And again, they put you on this standard of like, oh, Jessica. I'm literally like, Jessica Baker, please bleep that out. That's my full legal name. Where I'm like, I'm literally like, people that actually know me, like, I'm not like that. And they put you on this like pedestal that is so not attainable. And then there's all these like people that are have animosity, but how the fuck was I supposed to know? Because instead of coming to my face because you were too scared, and even if maybe it wasn't even an issue, you go to social media, you go tell people, you go start talking shit, and it's like you didn't even give me the chance to know that you were hurt about something, and there was nothing to be hurt about.
I would love to apologize, or I'd love to talk through this with you, but how am I supposed to have the opportunity when I've now just found a Chuck's Notes 2-minute TikTok video about myself and my behavior? What?
Literally, isn't that crazy? And I was like, holy fuck. And then I think what 2025 taught me was like, not everyone deserves access to me. And and like at the end of the day, I do have to be careful with who I allow in, because like in therapy, she was saying like, you know, you're super vulnerable online and that's fine. But she's like, there's also like, there's like a lot of yourself that you have not yet met. Like I talk about everything down to here, but then all of this stuff I haven't dealt with. So I don't talk to, and I'm not ready to deal with that with myself. So I don't share that with the world. And I was like, well, that's really crazy. But then people like that are in my personal life, they do know about those things. And I do overshare. And I think I was a little naive to who I allowed in my circle too quick. And then it was used against me because I should not have told those people certain things. And so like, I just learned like, it's okay to like I have to be very careful, because I'm very loving, you know, I love everyone, but like there's a certain threshold of what you should tell people and where you should allow them, because like people will use your vulnerability against you, and that's exactly what happened with multiple situations.
That's what happens to me all of the time. Actually, I had to learn that lesson very hard. I'd say the last decade I've had to learn that, because I am a loving person who brings a lot of joy and whimsy, and I just want to have a lot of trust in people. But also, I learned, my therapist taught me this.
We love a therapist.
She said that the people that you see in your day-to-day life who are very angry, rude, treat people like shit, horrible, she said they didn't wake up like that. The world turned them that way. And so it is your job as a human being to work you got to do whatever you got to do to not be that
angry, miserable person.
You have to bring joy in, because
Yeah.
everything is really rough in these streets right now. Like, it's very hard to just be alive and exist.
Yes.
And so you have to find the joy. But one of the things I actually learned at Shade too, because they had a lot of speeches.
Yeah.
And the one thing that the biggest takeaway of all these immaculate black and brown artists that I'm around is they all have their people. Now that circle could be very small. That circle could include 4 people. It could include 3 people. Maybe
my circle's small. Yeah.
They keep the circle small, but those are your people, and that gives you enough time to, like, first of all, group chat, the House of Ebony group chat on fire has saved my life multiple times this year.
Yeah.
When something weird happens, we'll usually go to the chat. I'll just ask, like, is this
crazy?
Is it fair for me to be upset about this?
Right.
And it just feels nice to have, there's other, like, at least 4 other black, queer, or trans people who are in the chat who are like, no, it's this weird. And sometimes you need that.
Because like, I feel like when you are in spaces where you don't have your people to bounce stuff off of, and then you go straight to like let's say the outside where like people are very judgmental, they don't know you, that can be very dangerous. But if you have like your little circle to like, hey, like I do that a lot of times, like even if I was upset about something, like not recently, but I'll call someone and be like, hey, I really want to post about this. They're like, well, that's going to make you look like you're difficult to work with, and at the end of the day that wasn't right. But to the social media world, it looks like, oh, you just headlined this huge festival, like it looks good for bookings. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I had to kind of like humble myself and realize, like, you know, that what they did wasn't right, but I'm not going to do that again. And I'm not going to go public about it, because it's going to bounce back on me and fire against me. So there's sometimes where you do have to bite your tongue, but it's so true. You have your people to like rejuvenate and like charge you back up.
Fill your cup.
And make you, because like if you're in a situation, you can feel crazy, like being in a toxic relationship, you start to believe that like you're the problem and you're crazy, because they alienate you from anyone that actually knows you and cares about you. So it's the same thing within like the performer world, for sure.
All of us are going through that, especially when you find yourself around like production companies or producers or people who don't really know you, but like you can't tell if they want to take advantage of you. That was one of the biggest things that I dealt with the house. Like all of us, all 5 of us dealt with the House of Ebony. It was people who seemed like they really gave a shit about Black liberation. They wanted to see us win. They cared very deeply about the house, yada, yada, yada. And then 2 seconds later, they are literally trying to break us all up for some reason. It happened multiple times last year, and it was very, very like... scary.
Interesting. Like pin you against each other?
Yeah, pin us against each other, pin us against other Black performers in Edmonton. And that never has been and never will be the goal. Because the end, first and foremost. I would like everybody, look at me really quickly here.
Zoom in.
You do not understand how hard it is to activate 5 Black folks to do anything on time, not be kikiing and laughing the whole time and get shit done, right?
Yeah, period.
And
so
we're doing that, and we're doing a phenomenal job of that. But I think people, honestly, again, parasocial relationships, they see, some people just see from the outside looking in that, like, we don't have any problems that we deal with. We deal with a lot. We deal with a lot of problems, but, like, unlike a lot of people, we don't put everything on the internet.
Yeah, that's smart. It's true. Yeah. Like it's a highlight reel at the same time, and you can also be vulnerable and stuff, but people need to, like, there's just this like I think it's like what someone hasn't worked on in themselves, that's all they'll see, right? That's the threshold too. Like even when I'm writing a song or something, like I'm like, oh, it's so clear what this message is about, and then I hear like we're all just different humans floating on a rock, and then you hear someone's like perception of a song or a post, and like you have to realize that everyone else is only seeing through their lens,
and art is subjective.
Very subjective for a reason, right? So it's just like, it's interesting. I'm really happy you brought that up, the parasocial shit, because it's been happening a lot, and you do have to be careful. But also with platforms, again, there's responsibility too. When you have a platform, which we were talking about off camera, like you're very, very outspoken on a lot of stuff, and I admire you for that, and you were like are completely unapologetic. But obviously it's really exhausting at the same time, and I'm glad you took time for yourself, because at the end of the day, we can't change the world, right? We can't, unfortunately.
Whatever's in my capacity.
Yeah, whatever's in our capacity for sure. And like, again, like I was like editing a video yesterday, and I was like, I don't even know if I want to post this, because it's like there's a lot of shit going down with like my manager in Arizona right now. And I'm like, and then I kind of was just like, I don't know really what. So I didn't post. I was like, I'm just going to make a TikTok about the gym, like, and how I'm dying. But it's just it's a very weird time. But also, again, I'm in Alberta, Canada. And like, really, I mean, like, our shit's kind of minimal to what's kind of going on everywhere else.
I would say
it's I don't know. It's just so weird. I don't fucking know.
It's like a weird, here's the thing, right? As a, okay.
Fucking Alberta.
We live in Alberta. It is a very shared experience to live here. And I think that being Native in Alberta is something else. Same with being Black in Alberta, because we're just surrounded by so many white people all the time, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's a very shared experience, because you probably have friends in the States. You have loved ones in the States. You probably have family in the States. Me too.
My mom's literally heading down there to like they live there. And my mom's like, should we even go?
Because it's scary. Like,
literally.
And I think actually like being able to have that discernment as an artist and say, you know what, now is not the time. Like now is not the time.
It's really not.
Yeah. And like being able to bounce that, check on your loved ones who are over there, because it is a really hard time to be alive right now. It like, I know I keep saying that, but I don't think people understand that this is the most fascist timeline.
It's really scary, like everything going
in our
on.
millennial lives. Yeah.
And I'm like, it's like 2025. I don't know, like ending the. It's 2026 right now. I don't fucking know. But the last few weeks of 2025 were so hard for me, like just like personally going through a lot of stuff, and I like kind of isolated, but I went through that shit alone. And then I like I was like, it's gonna get better, it's gonna get better. And then I woke up and I was like, I felt so empowered and like nothing can stop me, because I did that shit alone. I didn't go and like medicate or do something or like talk to people about it. It was so like dark that I was like, but it was also a really good time of awareness and like awakening. So then 26 came and I'm like, it's my fucking year, like let's go. And I feel like, wasn't it the year of the snake or something last year? Someone said that. A lot of people were saying that.
Year of the snake was last year.
Yes, and like a lot of people were going through it. And I'm like, there has to, like, I always believe that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Like I do feel like when the lower the low, the better it's gonna be. But as like, that's why I'm just like, it's still though now like lingering. I'm like, what's going on?
Because the new year doesn't start until March.
I keep
telling you.
Is there a day in March that it starts, or is it just March?
It's in the springtime. I'm a firm believer of that. I don't think there's
why would it restart when it's fucking everything's dead?
When everything is dead, for the rest of the world, that's fine.
Us,
okay, but not here in Alberta where it's minus 30, giant, huge snow dumps. Everything is ice. No, I should be hibernating. Actually.
We should be hibernating like fucking bears.
And that's why it feels like there is, in my opinion anyway, there's some lingering stuff from 2025. But you know, it's like really funny. The shedding of the snake thing was really real. I think that's why it was so hard last year. I left a lot of people in 2025.
Hasta la vista, motherfucker. I did too, really. I did. And I'm like, I like feel so much better.
It's just good.
It was the last few years, really. I was just like, I'd rather be alone than deal like, and then the right people came. Like I have such good people in my life now. And I'm like, holy fuck, was I not respecting myself? Like, but I think I had to go, we all have to go through those things. I think everything.
Thank God our frontal lobes are developed.
Yeah, seriously. And I'm learning in therapy, it's your amygdala too. It's like right here. So sometimes I'll point and I'm like, and my frontal lobe.
And also we're living in a position now, me anyways, a lot of my youth, like a majority of my youth up until, I don't fucking know, like probably until I turn like, honestly, up until I quit my corporate job, was living in survival mode.
Same. Like 26 was my year where I really kind of started to like put myself first and get my shit together and find out who I am. And now I don't give a fuck what people think.
Correct. And
it's such a good feeling.
Not being in survival mode is such a privilege that I don't think a lot of white people don't realize who have access to resources and stuff. But when you are doing that, when you are consistently living in like survival mode, you are making bad decisions.
Oh yeah.
You are just trying to stay alive.
You're sabotaging, you know, like you're just trying to do, like you're not, your focus, your lens is like here.
And then also we went through a global pandemic with the whole thing. There's just so many things that have happened, and because our attention spans are so short, because we forget about things that have happened, I think that a lot of people haven't given themselves time to grieve even like the old versions of themselves or the stuff that they've left kind of behind. And like I think there's one of the things I've learned since I quit my corporate job, because this was a really hard thing to like.
How many years ago was that now? Like 3? I'd say 3.
It's about 3 years.
We'll say 3 in a bit. Whatever.
Let's go like that. But it's about 3 years now, and it took me a very long time to learn that I deserve a happy, beautiful life. I deserve to be here. And none of that is tied to my output, because that's what white supremacy and capitalism want. They want you to feel like shit for resting, especially if you're black and brown and
working
a woman.
working more for what? Like people have to work like 4 jobs right now just to survive. It's like, fuck that, man.
A lot of people do not realize that like a lot of unhoused people have jobs. They are going to work every day, and they cannot afford somewhere to live.
It's so crazy.
And that's just like a really big portion of like trying to reroute my brain, because I want to live in a place of happiness and abundance and being sexy and joyful. And I think that being able to force myself into that allows you to deal with the real world shit that's happening.
So true. It's so true. When you like when you're full here, or at least you're aware and you're honoring yourself, life becomes a lot easier. Yeah. It really does. And your perspective changes. Like I was telling you something off wasn't off camera. I don't know about like my experience this summer at a place and like just like being so unaware. Like I was aware, but I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do about it? Like I was already having so much fun and like doing my own shit, and my cup was filled. I was doing stuff there that I didn't really necessarily like. That situation was obviously bad, but I was able to like, like, you know, I don't want to be miserable walking through life either. And if I focus on all the problems, they multiply, and I can help. I'm meant to help every day who I'm supposed to help.
Yes.
And like same with you, right? And that's why I'm happy you took some rest. You went on a little road trip and like did your thing and then your freaking posts were so funny, by the way. Oh my fucking God. You're like, I'm at a gas station. It's fucking like freezing. It's snowing here.
Just screaming into my phone.
Yeah.
Screaming.
Oh my God. I love your content. I'm so happy you post so much on TikTok. Like you're doing service work here. Like when people like you don't, I'm like, you're not, people find joy in that shit. And it's like, so I love it.
What I have loved so much about, I've been on Instagram for so long. Here's the thing. Here's the difference.
TikTok's just funner.
TikTok is funner, and people are so violently unserious and also serious.
Yes,
in that.
Literally.
I will post a video of me being some hot girl on Instagram, and somebody will immediately be like, "Please tell me about the plight of being black in Alberta and how
your comments are rank, bro.
It's crazy.
It's so crazy.
It's honestly we
gotta start sending invoices.
Quite literally, but like TikTok's not like that, and people just be like, "Oh, girl, do it again.
Yeah,
oh, girl, put the outfit back on."
TikTok is like such an uplifting, and I feel like it's the new search engine. Like I don't look at Google. I'm like, if I'm looking to do something, I'll go on TikTok, and I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, I love it.
I also can appreciate the fact that it is a suppressed platform immediately, but given everything that's happening in the world, being able to see from people who actually are in Minneapolis right now.
Yes, you see the real shit.
Yeah, that's actually
it's very
happening.
nice. I love it. I love it.
It's a very real world, but everybody needs to. We need to be free.
We need to be free.
There's so much going on as well.
Freedom.
There's so much going on right now that is I'm horrified by the state of the world.
Same.
And it's mostly, you know, it's the craziest part about it. I was like, had a full crash out because I do that very often.
I love crashing out.
More people need to do it.
They
I
do.
think that holding it in and not talking your shit with people who like who you need to. That's making us sick. Okay.
It's very, trust me, like almost like chronic illnesses and everything is from that.
It's just
all your shit's held in your body.
You keep everything inside and then you try to go back to work. And I just think that if we all talk shit more with the people that we trust and get it out, and that we're not holding on to that,
shit.
We would be younger, we would be beautiful, we would live longer, and everything would be
literally
better.
Just order a fucking like inflatable mic off Amazon
and
start talking your shit because
really
it's literally so therapeutic.
It's therapeutic. It's life changing.
Oh my God. Okay, I want to talk about you getting married.
Oh,
She's getting married, everybody, in a month.
Oh my God. Yeah, I think we're under 30 days.
Under 30 days, this bitch is gonna be wafted up. Okay.
Finally.
Oh my God. Can you tell us anything about that?
Yeah. So, without getting too much into my history as a person who has a lot of conservative family members that I don't talk to anymore. I was thinking about my wedding, and also everything here is really expensive. Living in Canada
to get married is a fucking scam.
Oh, getting married is the hugest
$50 grand for a
of
day.
my life.
I could never.
It's $50 grand for a day. You get an empty barn, no chairs, no food, no.
Oh my God!
That's all of Alberta venues, basically.
That's so crazy.
And I don't want that. And also, like the concept of a typical wedding or a marriage doesn't make sense to me and my fiance.
Yeah.
So we are going to Mexico.
Woo!
Because all that conservative family can't get on an airplane. I know that's right.
Oh my God! Is it kind of a smaller wedding? Or
Yes, it's a pretty small wedding. About I think 20 to 30 people will be there.
I love it.
The resort can hold, honestly, I think like 100 people. So we're going to take up most of it.
Take all the space.
And honestly, it is just like basically this one is just kind of like a commitment ceremony because we can't legally. We have to
legally, all the legal stuff is wild.
I also can't get married on February 14th, which is my anniversary, which is what I want.
That's when my parents were married.
Oh, cute. So that means it's going to be forever.
Yes, my parents have been together like 37, 38 years.
Holy shit.
I was like, Dad, you probably want to blow your brains out most days, especially because I couldn't walk today. So I'm like, can you make me another coffee? And I like feel so bad, like having to ask him. He did it.
Your dad be your dad be loving on your mom. Those are some of my favorite videos where she's just like sitting, living life, and he's like, "Here's your full dinner plate."
I know, right? God bless that man. God bless him.
But what were we talking about?
Oh, your marriage. You can't get married on Valentine's Day.
And that's what I want. So we're doing like the big commitment ceremony. I get the wedding of my dreams.
I can't wait to see pictures.
1/3 of the price of getting married here. And then I don't have to worry about all those people I don't like.
That you don't want there.
That I don't want there.
Like
I don't
all
have to
that
stress about all that.
stupid societal, like, oh, you have to have these people. Who says who?
Exactly.
Like, why do you want 150 people at your wedding that you don't even know?
That was like a really big thing. My fiance's mom, like I love her so much. Stephanie, you do shit. she like really, because we've been together for 9 years, so we'll be getting married on our 10-year anniversary.
That's so crazy.
And she's been, it's just the whole entire time that I've known her, really instilled to me to be my own woman, and also don't do things you don't want to do. And I just like the concept of a 150 person wedding here in Alberta doesn't sound good to me. That
it sounds stressful
fun.
as fuck.
That sounds like me dealing with a lot of people, and like my fiance had a lot of feelings about not being able to invite everybody under the sun, and I was like, we are in a recession.
Yeah,
we can barely afford this wedding. Let's be so for real.
So real.
Very cheap. Like, we're doing this in a very cheap manner. I don't think we should feel bad that our very broke friend can't attend the wedding.
100%. That's whatever.
And so we're going to go have the princess. And honestly, since it's in February, like a lot of our friends who are coming and family members are using it like they're on vacation, which is exactly what I wanted.
Yeah, you don't want it to the world. You want people to have fun on, like, it's not just your day. You want people to go do stuff on your own. Go enjoy your time.
Or let's like fucking party. Because when did we stop dancing and having a good time, everybody?
It's dancing is so good for the soul. Like, oh my God, everyone start dancing
immediately.
Just do it like behind closed doors at first, okay? Like, we don't need to see a 6-year-old fat man fucking shake his shit, okay?
Cut that out. Cut that one out. Oh my gosh.
You don't have to do everything public, okay?
But yeah, it's like he proposed 2 years ago, which is crazy to think that like I'm getting married in like 30 days.
I'm so excited.
2 full weeks for 24/7 together, driving him around, miserable.
What a cool moment to happen right kind of prior to that.
I told him, I was like, we're either getting married or we're not getting married after these 2 weeks. This is
like the challenge. We're going to see.
This is it. And it was just so funny because we learned to like adjust to each other, because I'm not a morning person and ain't shit funny before the sun comes out.
You're probably like, no one talk to me. Yeah.
No, I'm driving this vehicle. I'm trying to make sure we don't both die. He's like cracking jokes. And
you're like,
shh. It was 4:45 in the morning. The first day.
Read the room, bro.
He made a joke and I'm like, not awake, but I'm starting the car and I'm sitting there and he's like, no laugh. I was like, it's 4. I was like, you know what? New rule. You cannot make any jokes before 6:30 or before the sun comes out. And he followed that.
And he treats you how you should be treated.
Yes, and
he listens.
I treat him how he should be treated as well, because like he was really stressed about the thought of like being that injured and not being able to drive his car. So it's actually funny how life works out, because if I didn't quit my corporate job,
wouldn't have been able to do that.
Wouldn't have been able to do that for him. And like his company is very lovely, like a very a genuinely lovely company that like cares about their staff. So they would have figured it out, obviously, but not without it causing stress.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's so cool that you guys got to do. You did. Was he on any of the videos?
He doesn't really like to
I know. I like that. Keep that shit private. You're allowed to keep some stuff private. I've had the privilege of meeting him, and he's an amazing man. And I just like love how he's. I remember like when we were doing the looking content with like what was it? The race track?
Yes.
And I was like, God, or something. I made a comment of just like how much like I love you. She's so good. He was like, she's mine. And I was like, that is so cute. Like, I'm not gonna take her. It's okay. But he was just so like, he's so in love with you, and it's really beautiful to like. And actually, a lot of people in my life, I get to see these like healthy relationships, and it's just like all different walks of life, and I like love it. It just gives me so much hope. I love being on my own. I'm not looking for it. It'll happen when it happens. But it's so nice to like, because I feel like there's so much divorce and like all this bullshit that like is online and all this stuff. But like the energy I create and the people that I have around, they all healthy relationships, all good people, and it is a thing. It is a thing. You don't need to settle. Like, people don't settle. Don't settle.
Never did. Sorry to my exes.
Sorry to those. May you rot.
It's just like really interesting I never saw myself like this. Like if you had told me 10 years ago I would be getting married to a white man from a small town in Alberta, I would have called you a liar. I did not see. I didn't really ever see myself getting married. I actually never saw myself in a relationship for a really, really long time.
That's kind of how I feel right now too.
Yeah, and he like hilariously what had happened was,
tell us the story.
So we met through mutuals at some point.
Yeah,
he's a good dancer, and I ended up at some rave at Union. And I went by myself. Right. R.I.P. because she's closing.
Yeah, it's closing.
Turning back into the pawn shop. But I'm standing in line for some rave, and I'm in between 2 Tinder dates, and the Tinder just started, remember, okay? I
had some Tinder horror stories back in the day, too. Oh, God.
It's just the awkwardness between, like, this couple in front of me and this couple behind me. And it was just, I was like, I'm happy to be at this rave by myself, okay? Like, and so I made a Facebook post about it, which is crazy when I think about it.
Back to the Facebook. Go on that. Yeah, same.
And he was immediately in my inbox. Asking, it was, like, the longest message I've ever read in my life, because I was like, is this man asking me on a date?
Yes. You're reading it?
you know what? I should have ran. I love you so much, Dylan. But like, he asked me to go for breakfast at 7:00 in the morning. Again,
The next day?
not the next day. It was like the next weekend or something. But I would like to point out that this man has been trying to turn me into a morning girl
Maybe
for
it's
a
gonna
decade.
happen. Like, give it 10 years. You never know.
Give it another 10 years,
Give it
she
another
said.
10 years. I don't know. We'll
Because
see.
she's not giving morning energy.
You know, oh my God, it's okay though. It's
He
fine.
took me to Cora's. And
Good old
then
Cora's.
we had it was actually like really funny because again, not a morning person. I was really tired. And I remember he asked me how old I was. And I lied for some reason. I said I was way younger than I was.
That's so funny.
And his face went completely white. And then I looked at him. I was like, I just lied to you just now. And I don't know why. I'm 20 something. He was like, okay. And then we just laughed about
Oh,
it.
that's so cute.
And then after we went for breakfast, he's like, so what are your plans for the rest of the day? And I told him, because like, he came pick me up for the day and stuff like that, like a true gentleman.
Like a true gentleman, open the door. We love
And
that.
he was like, oh, do you want me? Because I had to go to the mall for some stuff at Southgate. He's like, oh, do you want me to come with you? And I was like, I thought you had to go. So he's like, no, I get some. I was like, I can take the time.
Aww.
So he came to the mall with me. And then on our way there, he got a call from his two best friends / roommates he lived with. And they're like, oh, you're going to the mall. And it's on speaker. And he's just like, yeah, I'm on a date with Kenesha. They're like, nice. Well, we got to go to the mall too. We'll meet you there. And
What?
so then we're walking through the mall, and then his two best friends are there. They say hello. I had known them before a little bit, but just not on a first date.
That's so funny.
We all got our shit done, and then he dropped me off at home. And then honestly, by our second date, he had asked me to be his girlfriend. And
Okay, the fact that he asked.
yeah, he asked me
Because
to
I
be
feel
his
like in
girlfriend.
my experience, so many like they don't do that.
No,
And I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
It doesn't have to
it's
be like a wedding proposal.
No, but I think that's important to like say it vocally. Like, if you want to, I want you to be my girlfriend. Say it. Like, why all this innuendo bullshit? It's very simple.
A lot of my ailments, dating, any race, any gender, doesn't matter, is how you handle it when racism. I'm not around, and what happens when racism. So I can't even remember. He was driving me home for my date, and he was telling me about his job. And I have quite a bit of PTSD from my ex because he had basically told me that there'd been a lot of situations where people around him would say the N-word, and I'm like, well, what did you do? And he just never did anything. He never said anything. Like, and I'm
Kept
like,
quiet.
Well, we're never gonna be together.
Yeah, you knew.
And unprompted, because Dylan like didn't even know this story at the time.
Yeah.
He was telling me what happened at work, and he had a client-facing job. He was with one of his clients because he's a white dude. You know, people just be saying the craziest shit to them.
Totally.
They also think they're
true.
racist.
Yep.
And he literally told me that this is how it happened. He was like, yeah, this dude he just kept saying the N-word. And then Dylan and I stopped him. And I said, yo, man, my girlfriend is black. Like, don't say that. And then he told me that whole story. I didn't respond to the racism part because, as you should, white people stop that shit. But I was just like, I'm your girlfriend. He was like, well, I was going to ask you, and blah, 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 literally.
10 years later, you're getting married.
Please.
I fucking love it. Oh my God.
It was also really funny, too. Everybody's so shocked when they find out I'm getting married to a white man. I was like, exactly. I don't hate white people as much as you guys.
Yeah, no, that's not it. It's like,
stop trying to push your fucking white supremacist propaganda.
I feel like that's like
on
the
me.
universe, like you guys were brought together just kind of for like your purpose on this earth. And it's like, then like, that's like the perfect, like what's... Again, my words. It's like when I had to use the other elevator. What is it? Like it's what is
discrimination is the word we use.
Discrimination is what we use. But the fact that you're marrying a white dude, like it's like people need to like they just stop judging all the like it's not that you hate that. That's not the point. The point is like what you're fighting for matters.
Yes.
And it does get frustrating when it's like speaking to a broken record. But you are making moves and you are changing what you're supposed to change and you are awakening people. You're planting seeds, but you can't be the only one and you aren't the only one. Correct. And you have the energy you do bring. Like even me, I check myself, like, like if I post something and then I'm like, oh my God, I didn't even see it that way. Right. And it's like people we're supposed to be like, we're always learning.
And we're always growing.
We're always growing. And that's all. That's just, it's very that fucking simple. But
it's okay if you do something. Like, we all do. I cannot count the amount of times I have accidentally been problematic when I 100% did not mean to be.
I stir up a lot of shit, okay? I know.
Like, I didn't realize. And so that's kind of the big portion of it is just, like, being able to, like, grow and, like, engage living in this very weird timeline that we're in with the people that kind of matter. And I actually learned this from Cherry Cheeks as well.
Cherry Cheeks?
Into it.
We love Cherry Cheeks.
She said something about advocacy, and I've known this for a very long time, but this is where people stop. They stop when it comes to them potentially losing bookings or gigs. I completely understand. I have to be a true professional whether I want to or not, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But when it comes to, like, it's always shocking to me how, like, I want people to be free so that you can speak your truth, because my mom raised me like this, right? Like,
shout out, Mom.
Oh, thank you, Mom. But she always taught me to speak my truth, stand up for people who
can't
stand up for themselves.
Yes, same.
And if I have the capacity and to say what I need to say.
Yeah.
And so it's really funny sometimes. I just be saying shit. I will just say something because, like, what happened or what's happening right now in insert scene or community, this is wrong. Like, this isn't okay, right? And then it causes some huge. I literally, before we went on our adventure where we didn't have cell phones for 10 days, I just posted a video, a 5-minute yap session about why there needs to be Black artists in your shows all the time, but especially in February. Yeah, I posted the video. I gave up my phone for 10 days. Baby, I came home.
Oh my God.
Everything had exploded.
Oh my God.
Video, I opened my Instagram.
Like,
I was like, what are all these
in the
shares?
Matrix right now?
It's
like the
literally,
fuck?
And thank God my friends who knew what was going on were like taking screenshots and updating me.
Thank God.
And like they had said that basically that video that I made had just set off the city, and like people were arguing and not arguing, all these things. And I was like, I don't want anybody to quit drag, burlesque, performing arts. That's not the intent. But if you, again, are a producer, somebody and you have power, you have resources, and you are not booking and seeing Indigenous and Black artists in here, then don't take it personally.
Don't take it personal.
Just do better. Like,
just fucking listen. So good thing you stirred up a conversation. Like, fucking.
I'm able to I'm really able to decenter myself in a lot of things.
Yeah, you absolutely do. And it's just good thing you didn't have a phone for 10 days. Can you imagine?
Literally.
I feel like that was a blessing in disguise. Like, so the conversation kept happening.
Yep.
And then you didn't need to be a part of it.
There's just a lot of things in this world that I think are dead. Like nuance, there's just not enough of it.
Yeah, 100%.
A lot of people take things really, really personally, which I understand because I'm also the person. I'm the Gemini queen. I also take things personally sometimes.
Yeah, we all do.
Yeah, just like check yourself sometimes.
Check yourself. Have people around you that will check you for you in a nice, safe way. Like, it doesn't need to be strangers. Like, have your people again to like a soundboard. It's
to talk
okay.
to you. The craziest part for me is a lot of people don't like me and they don't know why. And,
right?
Which is just wild to me.
So interesting.
And what's crazy to me is that I don't think a lot of people realize in the city I'm booked and blessed because I'm an immaculate performer who's been networking for a really long time.
You've earned your fucking spot.
Exactly.
And you're helping other people earn their spot too. You're not just being selfish and being, this is me.
It's just
You're
me.
Literally helping the next like bloodline, like the next fucking generation.
I'm the oldest member of the house, not by a couple months basically. But the thing for me is it took me so long to get here because I had to do a lot of stuff by myself.
I get it.
And I just don't think it has to be like that.
It doesn't. Like the whole thing of like, I don't gatekeep. Mm-hmm. I'm very careful with who I help per se, because I've helped people that didn't continue that down the line. Mm-hmm. But there is no, like, I started a YouTube series I'm editing right now where I like things not to do as an independent artist, like things that I got fucked over. I got fucked over thousands of dollars in royalties. I let this happen and this happen. And why would I like, and then there's a few that I mentor in like off camera where it's like, you don't need to have to go through that. Like, all that shit happened to me that was bad, it can be used for good by helping someone else, and I gladly will fucking do that.
Exactly.
And it's not that hard.
I think that there's a lot of people who are both our age and older than us who think that you have to go through like really traumatizing bullshit.
You don't.
Or they have a mindset like, I went through it, so you have to. No, I actually think that if you went through something racist, transphobic, homophobic, just any of those things, or even just like people taking advantage of you as an artist, that is it costs no money. Just pass that to somebody younger so that they can get to where they need to be or where they envision themselves or seeing a beautiful career for themselves.
You don't need trauma to be like, I guess it builds character, but it doesn't
but also
have to
fuck
be.
That.
It doesn't have to be that way. I swear to God. Like, you could still be funny and have character without all that shit we had to go through.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, 100%. I'm glad I'm hot and have a wonderful personality, but
yeah, seriously.
I did not have to go through all the trauma my daddy left me behind. Like, we just did not need all of that. And that's like one of the most beautiful things I see from the House of Ebony, and people say this to me because when I watch them perform, sometimes people will take photos of me watching them.
It's so beautiful. And like, you get so emotional. I'm like,
I'm just so proud of them.
For real.
Like, being able to handle shit and do their own things, and like the way their brains work and the stuff that they're able to create at like 1 to 3 years in
and
their
you can
careers.
see what you're telling them. They're taking.
Exactly. And they're
that's
taking
really
it
cool.
in. Yeah. Or sometimes they take and then they'll throw it in the garbage. And that's fair because like, they work for you, and I
that's fair.
Absolutely honor
you are
that.
your own human. You're allowed.
Exactly.
You're allowed.
I think we should just honestly, this realization that community, like, first and foremost, you don't have to be friends with everybody in your community.
No.
And actually, you shouldn't be friends with
Yes,
people that you're in
facts,
community
facts.
in. We can still get shit done, and we
Yeah.
can still make the earth a better place if we're not all friends.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
You don't need to love everyone. I really do believe you have to respect, though. If we respected each other, fuck, what a world of a difference. Like, you don't have to like someone to respect them.
It would literally be so much more beautiful if
It's very
people thought
simple
like
to
that.
people like us as well, but it's
Yeah.
not to some people, and I guess that's just what we have to, like, realize.
I
But-
really hope there's a lot of people, specifically in the drag and burlesque scene
Yeah.
globally, not just here in Edmonton.
100%.
but a lot of people are just willing to implode their own careers and they will set everybody on fire.
They'll step on everybody to get to where they're, and that's just fucking gross to me. It's gross. It's gross behavior. And even in in my shit, it's everywhere, but especially I've seen it there too, and what you're saying. And it's really sad. It's cringy to watch. It's very cringy to see some of the interactions I've seen, and I'm like, oh.
And like, also, can we just talk about how, for a second, the fact in the performance industry, just whatever your discipline is, there's a lot of evil. There's
really
a lot
is,
of evil people, and it is
yeah.
very, very
You don't have to sell your
scary.
soul. You really don't. You really don't. And like, you please don't.
Please don't do that.
Please don't fucking do that. Okay.
Jess and CallMeKeeks tips for you.
Literally.
Don't become evil.
I'm gonna start I was telling her off too. Like, I'm gonna start like a co-host thing where I want to have like for like season 2, I want to have like 5 episodes where I have a co-host with another guest.
Mm-hmm.
So just know that's gonna happen. Obviously, we're gonna have. I'm gonna upgrade, and I'm gonna get those like really big oversized chairs, like kind of how Call Her Daddy does. Call Her Daddy's been a little controversial. I don't watch it anymore, but
Cut that.
I really cut that. But like to have like 2, so we would be here, and then we'd have the guests there, and then we'd be like co-host interviewing because I just think it's gonna be really good. It's gonna be really good.
Can I just say that from. Because I think I was one of your first guests before
You
the files got
were.
corrupted. We were rushing around the city. We were finding stuff at whatever time. That was so funny. I was but we got it done. And now just like
we got shit done.
to see the year that you've had, just with all your guests that are on here is very, very beautiful. Like the fact that you found a team to help you out with everything.
Yes, it's good. It's flowing.
Listen, a lot can change in a year if you care to try.
If you actually like don't give up and like, oh my god, there's so many roadblocks all the time, and I'm like,
So many.
fuck, let's go here. Like, I kind of find it funny. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And I have like 7 chords going. I got a second phone. Like, if you're like, I'm like, fucking bring it on at this point. I'm unstoppable.
Hey, because that is what women of color do.
That's what we do.
We will handle
I'll
it.
do it.
Oh my God, my legs. I don't know how you dance.
It hurts. Exactly.
Oh,
but one
somebody
thing,
was
we
like,
get
"You
shit
do that
done.
for your partner?"
We figure it out and we are immaculate. And that's, I told myself, and like me and the house have been talking about it, we just need to go into 2026 with more audacity. That's it.
More
that's all.
audacity. You heard it here. Fucking
More
first.
audacity for everybody.
Speaking of, we're gonna wrap it up here soon because we've talked for a long time, and actually a lot of people watch this shit. They will literally sit and watch this whole thing, and then I can't even watch the whole episode back because of my ADHD. So thank you to the people watching. What is next for you? Because this is gonna be posted within 3 weeks. So tell us what to look out. If there's shows you want us to go, I'll have all your links and stuff in the House of Ebony. But what's House of Ebony doing? What's you doing? Where can people book you? All that kind of stuff. What's next for you in the next like 2-3 months?
Yes. Okay. So, 1, I am not bookable up until basically March of 2026, but I have a fundraising show for Catherine the Boneless coming up on January 25th.
Okay.
Where we are fundraising. She is trans woman and she is fundraising to get her gender affirming surgery.
Okay, let's go.
So there's a shit ton of amazing artists who are helping her with that. And then I'm traveling down to Calgary with Cabco.
We love Calgary.
In January 30th, 31st, and February 1st.
Okay.
And then that is my last booking until March,
Until
basically.
marriage.
But what you can do.
Yes. What can we
If
do?
you have any shows in February, you should ensure that there are Black artists in them. But if you haven't done that this year, work on it for next year. There should
Yes.
also just be Black artists in all your shows.
Every single show.
And there's just so many of us who are bookable and available, and you should contact us for that.
Contact us.
And then in the new year, we have stuff planned, but no actual concurrent stuff because we're working on a lot of dreams, a lot of hopes right now that we're trying to like bring into
it's kind of like
fruition.
I find like this is when we have our little like, for example, like our little like mood boards and our little like, what are we, like you're setting
Yes.
up your year. So like that's, you're
Exactly.
dialing in on what's going to change this year, what we're going to do, what we're going to allow, what we're not going to allow.
Correct.
And so, yeah.
But we have St. Solstice actually helping set up some Pride programming coming up in March with Grant McEwen. So love her, our queen.
Yes.
And then actually Gabby, Miss President Puss, that is the founder of the house.
Go Gabby.
She is doing a one-woman show at Dolly's called Hearts Aflamed on February 11th.
February 11th, be there.
So it's just about support your Black artists, support your
us.
Indigenous artists. Give us money, give us support. Come cheer at our shows. Just do whatever, guys.
Come shake your ass to their set.
Hey, she been
I went
the
all
most.
the way to fucking Jasper for you guys, okay? Before we end this.
That was still so crazy.
She had a show in Jasper, and I thought she meant Jasper Ave. And I was in Calgary, and she calls, no, honey, like Jasper, like with the mountains. And I was like, okay, I'll be there in 4 hours. I literally drove from Calgary, and I supported their fucking show. It was Pride Week or Pride Fest, right?
Yeah,
and I literally, it was something there, and I literally drove there. She luckily got me a hotel, paid her back the next day. Shout out to, never mind. But I was there in the crowd fucking supporting them. So literally there's no excuse. And it was the funnest time ever. Everyone was so great.
That was such a fucking hilarious weekend. Because also all my friends were like, you didn't tell us. I was like, I didn't know Jessa was coming. Okay, I didn't know. She comes. I'm just going to sleep in my car. I'm just going to drive the whole night. I was like,
literally,
girl,
ride or die.
You could just stay. Let's get you a hotel room for the night. We'll figure that out. And it was the best, most beautiful weekend.
It was
and,
so fun.
It was just so much fun. We just had like a gay ass fun time in Jasper. So
let's fucking do that. That's the energy we're pulling all 2026.
Gay, fun, homosexual, trans
let's fucking
rights.
go.
Let's do it.
And if you're miserable, please go work on it and stop projecting it on everyone. It's very simple. Well, thanks for coming on. I love you so much. This is not going to be corrupted, and this is going to be posted. And I can't wait to see the real content I'm going to pull from this shit, because it's going to be good. And I'm just so excited.
The fact that we're so magical, too. None of you can cancel me. So
there's no canceling ever.
Uncancelable. That's me.
Literally, you can't cancel. No one can cancel you unless you allow them to cancel you.
Exactly. And also, if you're just a good person,
you don't get canceled.
Correct.
You don't get canceled.
Love y'all.
Love you, okay, oh my god, my legs.
It's good.
I don't know how you dance.
It hurts. Oh. Somebody was like, you do that for your partner? I was like, huh?